Get to that. Let's look at the outcomes that they are achieving, which aren't that great. I mean, for example, a company might not invest in resources, but will invest in mining, for example, of lithium or paying child slaves to dig up cobalt for car batteries. Campbell, is it possible that these companies, by investing in projects that are supposedly woke, these company executives are just a bunch of hypocrites anyway?
Well, there's the hypocrisy, but there's also, I believe, a bit of a case that's growing in terms of misleading investors and in misleading the community. Because let's just take an example of a battery for a Tesla motor car. Now, we've been told that's clean and green, but these are US figures, so they're in pounds. But you know, a battery for the Tesla has 25 pounds of lithium, 60 pounds of nickel, 44 pounds of manganese, 30 pounds of cobalt, 200 pounds of copper, and 400 pounds of aluminium, steel and plastic, etc. And so these are minerals. These are commodities that have to be mined and processed using toxic chemicals, sometimes in jurisdictions where they don't have the workplace health and safety standards of the West. And I'm talking, of course, about Africa, which is where most of the cobalt comes from currently. And we are what we need to be telling people, if that's the way we're going, and if these fund managers are going to back this, at least they should have the honesty to say we're going to have to dig a heck of a lot of stuff out of the earth of this planet to actually build this stuff. So there will be holes everywhere. So there's a certain bank in Australia, I won't mention their name today, but there's a certain bank that leads with an ad at the moment showing mining, happens to be a coal mine, but the clear implication is that digging holes in the ground is not good. And I'd say to you, well, if you're going to back the renewables sector, you need to be honest. You need to tell people that building windmills, solar panels, building batteries for cars and electric vehicles, that comes at a cost too. And they're not doing that. They're simply telling people that somehow it's clean and green. And my message today in this interview is everything, Fred, comes with an impact.
Yeah, even the feeling of sanctimony for driving around in a Tesla. Now, so there's a fight back going on in the US now. Which states are these, and what's their strategy to get back at these ESG companies, Campbell?
Well, I think there's the main thrust from what I'm reading. Well, there's probably three ways I'd put it to you. The first way is they're pointing out, like I think it was the Attorney General in Arizona was pointing out that they have a fiduciary duty, these fund managers, people like BlackRock, to invest in a way that maximises returns to the people who have parked their money for their retirement with these funds. And so there's a pushback there saying, well, if you're pushing alternatives, if you're engaging in this ESG sort of woke policy, then you're actually leaving people shy of the retirement funds they should have, and you failed at law to do what you have to do. There's a second sort of branch to that where they're also encouraging activism. So there's encouraging people who are members of super funds to start asking questions about how their money's being managed.